out, isn't that right?
This is Border Crossings. Today, our guest is a four-piece band from Charleston, South Carolina, called Midnight Endeavor. They are currently on tour for their new project and hope to have their new CD out by the end of the year. All the members met on social media, on a Tinder website, and felt the chemistry the first time they got together to jam was undeniable. Today, we welcome the guys in Midnight Endeavor to our studios, so get ready for a live performance and chat with Midnight Endeavor coming up on today's Border Crossings. Hi, this is Larry London. Welcome to Border Crossings. In our studios today, we have a group of musicians from South Carolina who are on their very first tour together, and they're known as Midnight Endeavor. We'd like to welcome to D.C. the guys in Midnight Endeavor.
Howdy.
Thank you.
Hey, guys.
Great to have you in our studios. First, introduce yourselves, since we got all four of you here.
Hey, my name's Brennan. I play bass in the band.
Hey, I'm Will Mahoney, and I play guitar.
I am Josh, lead vocals and rhythm guitar.
And I'm Roger. I play drums.
All right. Well, welcome, guys. And I think, Will, you've got your own parking space downstairs, I understand. You
Pretty
were
much.
here before
Yep.
with
Yep.
another musician.
Yep,
We got
with
here
another
early.
band. Yes,
So
sir.
it's very common, I guess, for everybody to do other projects at the same time. And you're
Yes.
all involved with other bands still, or?
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
to this very moment.
Oh, wow. And is it the same kind of music you're making with Midnight Endeavor? Or
No,
Wild
way,
at all.
way different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. So why does a musician choose to do different kinds of things than what you like doing? Or maybe you like both different kinds of music. But the question would be, doesn't it confuse your fans if you're 1 minute you're a jazz band and the next minute you're an Afro-punk band or something else?
Well, it's not the same group of people. That's the main difference. So whenever I'm playing with Stoplight, I'm playing a different instrument, and it's a whole different ensemble of people. Much like Brennan himself, he plays with a different band as well.
I play in a group called Whitehall. It's it's an indie rock group, and it's fun for me, artistically to flex different muscles and things like that.
And what happens when one of your other bands is becoming very successful and this one isn't? And what do you do? Turn to the other guys and say, out of here. What do you do?
We duke it out. We fight.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
duke it out.
yeah,
We
that's what I
fight each
thought.
other. We make it work. So far, it's been kind of rough, but we make it work, Like, we all love each other, so.
And how did you meet in South Carolina?
Oh,
I read on Tinder.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
So
a long
explain that.
story.
Oh, well, we got time.
Will, I'll let you start this.
All right, so basically, Josh and I have a mutual friend. The two people that originally started the project were Josh and I. Josh and I met over at my friend Logan Crank's house, and we just started playing some guitar with each other. He messaged me on Facebook a while before, and since I was touring with my other group, I didn't want to I didn't want to stretch myself too thin. Now I have, but no. Josh and I met up. We started playing guitar together, and it was just one of those moments where I was like, I know I want to play with him. It was some weird visceral feeling, and it was so wonderful to just meet him. But let alone a couple months later, I was single at the time, and him and my friend Logan told me to download Tinder, and just to get back out there, to try to
in the dating world.
in the dating
Because a
world,
lot of
pretty
people around
much.
the world have no idea what I'm talking about or we're talking about. Tinder is a dating app.
It
Yeah.
is a dating app.
Very common
Yes.
in the United States. Very popular. There's many of them, and Tinder's one of
Yeah, Tinder, Bumble, everything.
them. Sure.
But through the app Tinder, Josh and I matched with 3 of the same girls who happened to all be friends with each other. And believe it or not, Josh matched with who is now my current girlfriend. Her name's Megan. Hey,
Yep.
Megan.
Wow.
And it was really funny because we all met up over at Josh's mom's house, and that was a wild party time of drinking wine, smoking Camel Blue cigarettes, and just nonstop partying for about 2.5 months.
Yeah, 2.5
Wow.
And
months.
then also writing music. In that house is kind of where the sound kind of comes from.
And how did the other 2 guys come into the fold? If the 2 of
Well-
you met on Tinder, then where did the other 2 join in?
Well, originally we had an original drummer, Logan, but he didn't work out. He's friends with Roger, and he asked Roger to play with us, and we immediately clicked when I met him.
Yep.
And he was originally the bass player.
Yep.
Yeah, so but I wanted him to play guitar because we couldn't find a guitar player. So he was like, "Oh, I know this bass player, Brennan, the
Yep,
best one
he's-
in Charleston."
Yep. He was my number one person to call, just because I knew who he was, and I'm a huge fan of his band, Whitehall, and I just had a we auditioned at college. At the same time, both didn't get accepted to the same college. Both ended up at the same college, and
Wow.
yeah,
It's a book. I think there's
Yeah.
a book coming.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Save it for a memoir. Yeah.
yeah, but Brennan was the first person I had to call. So.
All right. Well, we've got Midnight Endeavor in our studio, so if you guys wouldn't mind doing a song for us, we'd love to hear some music.
Yep.
You guys ready?
Been driving round town in your mom's car. She said, I know you're full of trouble, but most guys are. You called and asked me twice, but I can't stop thinking about you. She said you're one big lie, but she doesn't mind. Take your time. She's got a groove like no other. She's got me thinking of her. Skinny jeans sewing up to your waist. You've got a style nobody can replace. She's 18, beauty queen from the top down. Says yes, I'll be the best in your bed now. Don't play around, you've got me down on my back now. It's something about the way you keep your chest out, your chest out. She's got a groove like no other. She's got me thinking of her. The skinny jeans sewing up to your waist. You've got a style nobody can replace. Oh, she's got a groove like no other. She's got me thinking of her. The skinny jeans sewing up to your waist. You've got a style nobody can replace. She's got a groove like no other. She's got me thinking of her.
Yeah. Sounding great.
Thank
Midnight
you.
Endeavor.
Thank you.
And that's what happens when funk rhythm meets mischief and romance.
Yep.
Yep.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Well, that's how your bio put it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of wondering, is that what you model yourself to be? Is that really the sound you're after?
Quite literally, yes.
Really?
Yeah. It all goes back to the Tender House. They literally, it all
goes back to Tender,
circulates. Yep.
Well, it's based off of Josh's base of music is from his dad's, like
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
his
dad,
dad.
played like White Snake, John Waite, stuff all the time, Journey,
the
and
80s
that's
rock stuff.
all I
Yeah.
grew up listening to. And I don't know, it just stuck. I wouldn't say I'm picky when I listen to music. Well, yeah, I kind of am.
Josh, you're
picky.
very
I like very like melodic, like pop driven stuff, you know?
Okay.
That's just what I'm into, and that's kind of, how I like to write lyrics and etc.
So what are you listening to? Give us some examples.
I'm like modern day music.
Right now,
Cherry
what are you listening
Pools.
to?
I'm listening to No Rome, Pale Waves,
the 1975.
1975.
Okay.
Let's not forget them.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I've heard of them.
Yeah, they're huge, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. So you guys get quite a variety of influences when you write your songs. And who does the writing? Is it one person? Is it a collective effort? Or?
It's mainly Josh.
Yeah, what happens is I usually like write a song from like start to finish, and then I'm like, here you go, guys. Do what you want with this. And like they come in and they like change and like this is how we can make it better.
Mm-hmm.
And then the song forms, and to us rather not me. So it's like, I birthed the child, they raise it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
We're basically
yeah.
we're
foster
basic.
parents for
Oh,
Josh's
yeah.
band.
Yes, we basically go in and say, no, this is boring. Let's make it
Yeah,
less
yeah.
boring.
Not all the time. He's a great songwriter.
Yeah,
yeah.
Most of it's not
Yeah,
boring.
Will, thank
Yeah.
you.
And who decides what nail polish color each guy gets? I mean, how does
I
that
don't
work?
know. We
I
just
don't
kind of,
know.
I was like, we all kind of thought like Brennan would be baby blue, and
Yeah, it seems like me. I don't know.
It just fits your
Yeah.
personality.
I'm like the diva, so like,
You get the bright red.
yeah, and Roger's just like sad all the time.
And so he gets black.
He gets black.
And mine is just worn off. I'm just
Yours is
gold.
worn off, peeling gold.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
peeling
And I got
gold.
nothing.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
We have
I
some
don't
more
know.
in the
What was
van
I
if you
thinking?
want some.
All
Yeah,
right,
that'd
we'll
be
mix
takes,
one
yeah.
color all together.
Yeah,
yeah.
See what it comes up with. How did you guys come up with your name? Midnight Endeavor. That's a good name. I like it.
You want
How'd
me to explain?
Yeah, of course.
Well, I was at work when I thought about this, but I'm just thinking about all the time I spend on the road at like midnight, like jamming your favorite tunes, like going out, picking up girls, whatever it is, man. And I'm on an endeavor, a journey, a mission, and midnight endeavor. I just thought of it at work, and boom, that was it.
The best way to describe it is high school romance, and just all the little after hours like trouble you get into. Because one thing I related to is my dad was always like, nothing good happens after midnight, but that's where all the fun actually happens.
I've used that saying
So.
for my daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Because of guys like you. As a matter of fact.
No, we're really actually boring. I think
Yeah,
I went to
yeah.
bed at like 9:30 last night.
Yeah, we went
Yeah.
to bed early. We
Yeah.
just played
Yeah,
the
they're all
shows.
yawning here because
We
they went
did-
to bed so early.
Yeah.
we went
Oh,
in
but
and
that-
had dinner with his grandparents.
Yeah.
They're the one
Really?
that kept us up late.
Yeah.
so-
Yeah, we're trying to go to sleep. He's trying to talk about like all sorts of deep subjects. I'm just
And then it's just we listen to podcasts while we're on the road. We all read
Yeah.
books. Like
We
we're all
sleep
like
on each
super
other.
boring guys. It's just like
We just write
Live
about things that.
vicariously through our music.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
exactly.
Well, I don't think you're boring. I'm sure that there's a lot of stories to be told that would
oh yeah.
contradict that statement. But
Yeah, probably.
when you're on the road, so that people get an understanding of what you guys are going through, because it's very early, your very first tour,
Yeah.
and you're an independent band.
Of course.
And people think flying first class and luxury tour buses. And
No.
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 Sleeping
not the
on
way it's working.
floors,
Yeah.
Sleeping
eating
on
gas station hot dogs. Well, at least me. These guys won't do that, but when I'm starving, I will.
It's because everyone else has toured other than Josh
Yeah,
before.
this is my
so-
first tour. Everyone else has toured. Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
But
So-
this is our first time touring together, and definitely on our budget, it was let's borrow Josh's stepdad's Tahoe,
Yep.
and then rent a U-Haul from the sketchiest gas station that you can find.
The U-Haul wasn't even in the parking lot. It was like in the woods next to the tree.
I
Yep.
had to pull some bodies out.
Yeah,
Pretty
we
much.
literally checked the
I
back
checked. I
of
was
the
like, there
U-Haul.
might be some bodies in it. But, yeah, no.
Not
It's
as
very-
glamorous, but very
yeah.
fun.
I
Yeah,
understand
really
the
great
Charleston music scene's pretty good.
It
time.
is.
There's
Yeah,
so many
so many
fantastic
different-
bands there.
So
yeah.
many
Oh my
bands,
gosh.
yeah.
It's really inspiring to be surrounded by a scene that's so like supportive. It's a smaller city, but all the bands are like really, really great and really want to help each other out. So it's really fun. Like we all play in other bands and they're all cool with us touring with other bands, and it's a cool community down there.
Yeah.
If you ever have a chance to get down there, check out some of the bands.
Has it always been music for all of you guys? For as far back as you can remember?
Pretty much.
This was the path you wanted to be on?
For me, I joined my first band. I have two other brothers, and we started a band when we were 5. And from there, we've just kind of progressed. And so for me, it's always been music. That's what I've kind of. lived
Anybody
and
ever
breathed.
tell you look like Bill Hader from Saturday
Yes,
Night Live?
a lot of people
That's
tell me that.
Of course.
fantastic.
No.
No doubt about it. Okay,
Yeah.
and you, was it always music?
I grew up with like my dad's a musician, and I grew up with the opportunity to play music all the time. He was buying me guitars and stuff when I was young, and like I didn't have the patience for it at first. So I started like skateboarding and like working on car. I had a huge car thing. Thankfully I'm out of that. Sold the car, bought a Prius. I'm safe now. But yeah, no, the past 2 years, it just hit me. I was like, you know what? Like, music looks fun now. And I still had all these guitars from my dad, and I started playing guitar. I was horrible. And 2 years later, here we are. I think we're starting to do pretty cool things.
Sounds like your dad was a major influence in
Huge
all of this.
influence. Yeah. If it weren't for my dad, that amp wouldn't be here. Like my dad has helped us a tremendous amount.
That's great.
So yeah,
Talk to a lot of bands and they say, "Why did you get into this?" And they'll say, "The girls."
Really?
And you touched on the girls earlier, but it seems like there's
No.
a lot more
No,
than
it's-
just the girls, which is okay. if
It's
it
a
is
lot
just
of
the girls.
fun,
I mean,
yeah. But I don't know. It's a really good feeling, like seeing like you're playing music and people are like dancing to it and like smiling, and it's just like, oh, you like my music, like. It's a good feeling, you know. It's not just like, oh yeah, here's this pretty girl, you know. like,
Right,
I'm
right.
trying to impress
That's
you.
a part of it. But
Yeah,
it's
a
not
part of
just-
it, but that's
But-
not all of it.
yeah. No, I think
Well,
that,
when you're young and handsome like you guys, of course, it's a good thing to be honest. We admit it.
yeah,
Of course.
I guess it really comes down to like we are trying to fit in a certain genre. We're trying to be a pop rock band from the United States that has, some sort of British influence with us. And a lot of that has a lot of the characteristics of like, oh, we got to talk about drinking, girls, partying, having fun, doing crazy things at night type thing. But realistically, we're just a couple of guys just trying to play songs, trying to do something with our lives that, not a lot of people would get to do.
Making music that we love.
Yeah.
That's great.
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's that. How about you?
I mean, I'm the same way. I play music, but I do a little bit of writing as well, and I don't know. This is my main artistic pursuit, but it's definitely like, you talk about like the mischief as being like a lowbrow reason to get into it, but there's something sort of like universal about that I think it's like it makes it a little bit more noble maybe as an artistic like a reason to make the art. So
That's
I think
great.
I think it's all good.
Because the mischief, that's been done before. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
How many people
It's
have
so-
trashed hotel rooms and broke their instruments on stage?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's old school. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but you guys are refreshing. I like your sound. And would you
thank
do another
you.
song for us?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
of course,
Say you
yeah.
love me.
And you call me a liar, but I'm not the one that's sneaking out tonight. And if I also you say that you're not that high, and you should know that you're not the one that I want to see tonight. And you should be the one, oh, the one that remembers me, that remembers me. Do you love me? Do you love the way I cry when you're around? I wanna hear you say it. It's too late now. It's too late now. She's laid down, but that's what she wants tonight. And I might drown thinking about if she's alright. And we should know that you're not the one that I want to see tonight. And you should be the one, oh, the one that remembers me, that remembers me. Do you love me? Do you love the way I cry when you're around? Don't wanna hear you say it. It's too late now. It's too late now. Don't say you love me. Say you love me. Don't say you love me. And oh, I think I love you. Don't say you love me. You don't love me. Say you love me. You don't love me. Don't
Dever. Live on the Voice of America, all the way from Charleston, South Carolina.
Thank you.
And so the tour still going on right now?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Correct.
Yeah.
How's it been for some of you, your first tour, but how's it been for everybody?
So far, so good.
Yeah, so
pretty
far
good,
so
yeah.
good.
Really fun. You know, it's our first time out in a lot of these cities, so you know we're still meeting new people, and the crowds, you know, are not quite as large as at back home or anything like that. But it's been really cool. You know, we've been meeting a lot of people, and we're hoping to sort of build the markets and build those communities. And, stuff
And
like
it's
that.
a big city tour too. I mean, Atlanta and Toronto, Canada. These are
Yeah.
Yeah.
New York.
yeah.
Yeah, it'll
So
be my
DC.
first time.
DC, yeah. So that's some big cities to play in.
Yeah, I've never been to like Atlanta or Charlotte or any of those cities, so it's like it's kind of overwhelming, like seeing all the people and all the big buildings, man. But
But at least it's not overwhelming for us, so we can calm
yeah,
it down.
yeah, they
yeah.
can calm me down. It's like, yeah.
And
I'm
so,
with the
how are you
veterans.
getting your music out to people as an independent band? What are you doing to? I mean, obviously you're here today, but beyond something like this, is it the social media thing? What
Yeah.
seems to
Yeah.
be the big way that you're pushing your music to people?
Definitely social media. Just Spotify, like all those online markets, streaming music. That's really what we're aiming to like improve. That once you get streamers and followers online, that turns into people who come to your shows. You know, so.
And
that's-
ultimately, the goal's got to be an album, right? I think you're working on
Yes,
one.
we
Yeah.
are. We have like 13 songs that are, you could say, basically done. I mean, we've got to go around and polish, make sure we like, you know, everything. It's just more of like trying to find the time and the funds to make the album. I mean, we have all the demos, but you know, we want to put out like our best product. So
Will it be like a GoFundMe type thing, or
yeah,
Honestly, that's not a bad idea.
That's not a bad
I haven't
idea,
thought of
yeah.
that.
you never thought of
realistically.
it? That's
Yeah.
the way everybody's doing it these days.
yeah. I don't know. We were just like, let's work hard and
Yeah.
save
Let's
up
let
the money.
Josh's dad pay for it.
Yeah, Josh's
That's what we're gonna
dad-
do.
dad,
Josh's dad, he bought a
pay for
monitor,
it.
so the
Yeah.
next thing you do is buy an album for you.
Yeah,
But that sounds great. Any time frame on the album?
we're hoping
2019.
2019 by
Like,
the end of the
that-
year.
the
That
end of
kind of
the
narrows
year,
it
so-
down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Narrows it down
yeah.
for this year.
By the
Yeah.
end of 2019.
By the-
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And so, any ideas on what you might call your debut album? That's got to be.
We've been.
Oh, you look like they.
Yeah,
got,
we've been
we got
talking
this.
back and forth about this.
Give us some of the ideas.
Beds are for sleeping.
Pretty much.
Beds
I
are
think,
for sleeping.
I think we've kind of really dialed it in for that one.
That's the one.
Yeah,
All
Beds
right.
Are for sleeping.
And the end of the year. Now, when people want to find out when it's coming out, whatnot, where would they go? To your obviously your social
Social
media.
media.
Honestly,
Social
Instagram. That's
Instagram,
Instagram.
which is what?
Midnight
Endeavor.
Endeavor. Just look up
Endeavor.
Midnight
Yeah.
Endeavor.
Yep,
All right.
Midnight
And your
Endeavor.
website is
Midnight Endeavor.
Yeah.
MidnightEndeavor.com.
.com.
Yeah.
easy
Yeah.
as that.
Google us.
All right.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, you got one more song for us today?
Yeah, we
Yep.
do.
And what's this song?
Beds.
Beds.
Yep.
Kind of like maybe from the album title.
Yeah.
Beds
Yeah,
are for sleeping.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Wow.
You said I'm taking off your shirt tonight. Until your boyfriend's still inside. You've got a problem with my friends, and I'm not dying to sleep with you. So let's just call it a night. Oh yeah, isn't that right? No beds for sleeping, love, if you don't mind. Am I sure you'll be keeping love, if you don't mind? And yeah, you called me for a while ago, yeah, isn't that right? And if you saw me, would you smile? Oh yeah, isn't that right? You said I'm never gonna get it, that's why I wanna see it. Come on, take your shirt off. You've got a real nice tongue, oh baby's got a gun. Come on, let's just take your. You said I'm never gonna get it, that's why I wanna see it. Come on, take your shirt off. You've got a real nice tongue, oh baby's got a gun. No beds for sleeping, love, if you don't mind. Am I sure you'll be keeping, love, if you don't mind? You've got teeth that could see them, love, and they're all mine. My white sheets you'll be seeing, love, if you don't mind. No beds for sleeping, love. No beds for sleeping, love. No beds for sleeping, love. Beds for sleeping, love.
Awesome. Midnight
Thank you.
Endeavor. Awesome. What's the plan for the future, guys, for the rest of the year, other than the album coming out hopefully the end of the year? What's next? Now that the tour is kind of winding down.
Working on the album.
Yeah, working on the
on
album.
the
Yeah,
album.
working on it.
Tour
Yeah.
some more.
Tour some more.
Write some more. Record some more.
Play
Alright.
some more. Yeah.
All the stuff.
All
yeah.
of the above.
And once again, the website where people can go to find out about you guys.
MidnightEndeavor.com.
All right, easy. Now, thank you guys for
Yeah.
coming on.
Thank you
so much.
Nice to meet you, and I'm looking
Likewise.
forward to the album.
Yeah, man.
Thank
Thank
you so much, man.
Thank you,
Yeah.
guys. Thanks for joining us. This is Border Crossings Midnight Endeavor in our studios. I'm Larry London. Thanks for watching.